guys, it's me, Quincy, or whatever you want to call me. This is an urban legend and it's called 8 feet, 8 feet tall. Okay. My grandparents lived in Japan every summer. My parents would take me there on a holiday to visit them. They lived in a small village and they had a big backyard. I love to play where there during the summer. When we arrived, my grandparents always welcomed me with open arms. I was only their grandchild, so they spoiled me. The last time I saw them was the summer when I was 8 years old. As usual, my parents booked a flight to Japan and we drove from the airport my grandparents' house. They were decided to see me and had a lot of fun. Little presents to get me. My parents wanted to have some time by themselves, so after a few days they took a trip to another part of Japan, leaving me in the care of my grandma and grandpa. One day I was playing out in the backyard. My grandparents were inside the house. It was a hot summer day and I laid on the grass to rest. I stared up at the clouds and enjoying the feeling of the soft rays of the sun and the glazing breeze. Just as I was about to get up, I heard a strange sound. Poo, 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 poo. I didn't know what it was. What to figure out where it was coming from. It sounded almost like nobody was making the noise themselves, as if they just said poo, poo, poo over and over again. A deep, muffled voice. I looked around, searching for the serious of the sound of the noise, when I suddenly noticed something on top of the tall height of the enclosed the backyard. It was a strange hat. It wasn't raising on the edge of it. It was behind it. There were the sounds were coming from. Poo, 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 poo. Then the hat began to move if someone was wearing it. The hat stopped at a small glimpse, and the hood and I could see a face peering through it. It was a woman. It was a woman, but it was a high, almost 8 feet tall. I was I was surprised as how tall the woman was. I wondered if she would wearing sleeves or something, wearing stilts or something short of a huge high heels shoes. Then I split second later she walked off and the straight noise disappeared with her fading into the distance. I got up and wandered back into the house. My grandparents were in the kitchen drinking tea. I sat down at the table, and after a while, I told my grandparents what I seen. They were really paying attention to me until I moaned that when I say the distant sound, poo, poo, poo. As soon as I said that, both of them suddenly froze. Grandma's eyes glazed wide as she covered her mouth with her hands. Grandpa's face became very seriously. He grabbed me by the arm. "That is very important," he said in an instant voice. "You must tell us and explain how tall was she." "As tall as the garden hoot," I explained, beginning to scream. My grandfather blurred me with questions. Where was she standing? Where did this happen? What did you do? Did she see you? Tried to answer all the questions as the best I could. He suddenly rushed out the hallway and made a phone call. I couldn't hear what it was saying. I looked over at my grandma. She was trembling. Grandpa came barreling back into the room and spoke to my grandmother. "I've got to get out of here while," he said. "You stay here with the child. Don't take your eyes off him for a second." "What's going on, Grandpa?" I cried. He looked at me with a sad expression in his eyes. He said, "You've been like by with that." He hurried out, got to his truck and drove off. I turned to my grandmother and cautiously asked, "Who's home?" "Don't worry," she replied. "It's a shaking voice, Grandma. Grandpa will tell something. There is no need for you to worry." As we sat nervously in the kitchen waiting for grandfather to come back, she explained what was happening. She told me where there was a dangerous thing that was haunting the area. They call it Hachishakusama because of its height in the Japan. Hachishakusama means 8 feet. It takes one the appearance of a tall woman, and it makes a poo 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 sound. in a deep man voice. It appears slightly different depending on who it sees. Some say it looks like a hag old woman in a coupon, and others say it's a girl with a white friendly shaft. One thing that never changed its height and its sound it makes. A long time ago, it was captured by mooks, and they managed to confirm it is a rundown, a ruined building on the outstreaks on the village. They tap it until they use 4 small statues called juices. They place at the north, south, east, and west of the ruins. It wasn't supposed to be able to move forward there. Somehow it managed to escape. So that was the legend of the eight foot tall woman, or 8 foot tall. I think it's 8 foot tall woman. So that's that's creepy. I have a picture of it. So that was that legend. So, what do you guys think about it? Here's another picture. So, what do you guys think about it? Of the 8 feet tall woman. What do you think about it? Tell me in the comments below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.